Good afternoon, fam. Right now it's June 6th, 9:55 Eastern Standard Time. That would be 6:55 Pacific Time. I want to talk about this fake, fraudulent girl out here, Milan. She's a bogus YouTuber who started off saying positive things about the black community. Seemed pretty uplifting as far as the things she said. Then she turned into a sellout. Now she's trying to drag the black man through the mud with every video she posts. She's put up videos that are photoshopped of black men with horrific looking non-black women, but then she'll contradict that and put up a video of a black woman with an attractive white or non-black man who they think is attractive. I don't think they're attractive, but who they consider might be attractive. Let me tell you something. As a black man, to see a so-called black woman do things like this is very offensive, because you have dads out here, you have sons out here, grandfathers, uncles, cousins. We already have it hard as black people. Why would you try to up the ante on the way outsiders view us because you're bitter about something, because maybe someone broke your heart in your last relationship, or because maybe a black man got a job that you didn't get. It's like, to go against all black men the way you do, Milan, is very immature and juvenile. See, other videos she puts up is she's disrespecting black men who have been killed by the hands of the police. She says that black men don't stand up for women who get abused or killed, which is a false statement, because I personally stand up for black women. And I know lots of men who do, lots of black men who do. You go to the comment section and you got all these followers who are basically on board with what she says, and they go as far as to saying black men don't buy things for them. Black men aren't gentlemen, which is a lie. See, obviously, you're picking the wrong black men, because there's a lot of black men who are gentlemen, been raised to be gentlemen, and raised their children to be gentlemen, and ladies. There's a lot of black men who stand on the front lines for you black women, and if it ever came down to it, and that weren't the case, trust me, you would see a great big difference. Now, some of these commenters are saying things like, we need to stop riding for them because they don't have our backs when something bad happens. Do that, and that would be a mistake, because, like I said, if black men decided not to ride for you guys, you would see a huge shift in mortality rates among black women. You would see a huge shift in cases of discrimination against black women. You would see a huge shift in racism directed towards black women. So if you think you know what you're talking about, you was born as a millennial, you haven't really experienced life. What you've experienced since you've been on earth is the luxuries and the rights that are given to you because people before you have fought tooth and nail. And if you don't want to continue the fight, but you want to sit up there and act like spoiled brats and talk down on the black men in the race, you're doing nothing good for black people, period. You're doing nothing good for black women. You're doing nothing good for black men or your children, period. Because if it becomes hard for black men out here, it becomes hard for black women. That's something that you need to understand. And if you think the grass is greener on the other side of the fence with the non-black, think again. There's a lot of non-blacks calling black women the N-word. There's a lot of non-blacks calling non-black men calling and bullying up on black women, punching black women, killing black women. But Paris Milan wants to sit up there and down the black man rather than talk about the truth of what's happening out here. When you're going to put up videos of these non-black men going around harming black women? Because it happens a lot. But you'd rather take this time to talk about how black men won't stand up for black women because there might be some black women victims out there of some kind of a crime or abuse, and maybe it's not getting a lot of media coverage. Well, hey, there's a way to go about giving it media coverage. There's a lot of issues out here with the black race that aren't getting proper media coverage, and there's a lot of YouTube channels and Facebook channels and people who put that news out there, but they do it in a way that's going to catch the black community's attention. They don't do it in a way to bash a black man or a black woman. They do it in a way, their audience is both black men and black women. Paris Milan's audience is only black women, and she wants to highlight issues going on with black women and black women only, and then she does it in a way that puts down the black man. She's very immature, very juvenile, very uneducated, and she's just lost her black card. I think people like that are traitors. We need to treat them as such. And any black woman who follows her, understand this. You're contributing to a problem. If you're a black woman and you allow this stuff to happen and you listen to these things, you're weak. Because we need our black women to be strong for us just like we're strong for them. There's tons of black men out here who chastise and chastise black men who talk bad about black women. There's lots of black men out here who stand on the front lines against non-black men, non-blacks who harm black women. Lots of them. But yet, Paris Milan and these other millennials don't want to give us the credit because they're immature, they haven't lived life, and the life they have lived so far, they're just spoiled brats reaping the benefits of the millions of black men and strong black women who have given them the freedom and rights to be able to do the things they do. I think people who think like her are very disgusting. I'm signing out.